Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be diving into the latest around Arsenal. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Arsenal have an informal agreement with Declan Rice. We are talking about informal agreements on personal terms and a green light for Arsenal to sign Declan Rice. We're going to be diving into much of that, the debate that there is around Declan Rice, especially from Roy Keane and his comments yesterday. Simon Jordan on TalkSport that the guy is not even worth 100 million. We'll be diving into all that. Arsenal have released a list of 4 players that are contenders for the Player of the Month in February. And those include, but not limited to, limited to Alexander Zinchenko, Gabriel Magalhaes, Jorginho, and Bukayo Saka. Those are the 4 players that Arsenal have nominated for Player of the Month in February. Zinchenko, Magalhaes, Jorginho, and Bukayo Saka as well. So join the conversation, hit the like button in the comment box below. Let me know who has been the best player for Arsenal in February. Yes, we lost 2 games. We won 2 games in the Premier League, and we drew 1. Okay, out of our 5 games in February, won 2, drew 2, drew 1, and lost 2 as well. But in all that month that had a lot of reactions and emotions, who was our best player? Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 300 likes as well. Right, so let's dive into the first story, which is around Declan Rice, coming in from the Daily Mail. Now, they've written this a couple of hours ago, and they're claiming that Arsenal have a green light from Declan Rice to sign him in the summer. Of course, we know the situation between West Ham and Declan Rice. He's never going to add another year to his contract. He's not going to add anything to his contract. He's told West Ham, and West Ham have already agreed to sell him, provided there is a club that's willing to splash all the money on him. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Arsenal are using Jack Wilshere to get everything agreed between Declan Rice and the club. Jack Wilshere has a very good relationship between him and Declan, and that is what Arsenal are actually embarking on. Of course, there is also a very good relationship between Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice. That could be another factor, apparently, that Arsenal are embarking on, that Arsenal are trying to use to sign Declan this summer. Now, I don't have a problem with Arsenal signing Declan Rice. I really, really do not. But we're going to be diving into some of these key points that have been highlighted by the Daily Mail, and why I might disagree with some of them, and why I will agree to some of them as well. So the Jack Wilshere role, I think we've seen this all the time. Ex-players or players trying to lead players or other players into signing a club. It was rumored that Odegaard was trying to sign Erling Haaland for Arsenal, or was trying to seduce Erling Haaland into signing for Arsenal. Alexander Zinchenko as well was trying to seduce Mikhailo Modric into signing for Arsenal. And I think, to be honest, the best of Mikhailo Modric wanting to sign for Arsenal had a lot of influence from Alexander Zinchenko. The fact that Modric didn't sign for Arsenal doesn't mean Alexander Zinchenko didn't play his part. I think it really did play his part, but look, eventually then it didn't come through. But there's so many other deals that have actually happened here and there. Adrien Rabiot and Olivier Giroud, you still remember all that fiasco that actually happened. Karim Benzema to Arsenal as well, and the Arsene Wenger relationship. So when a player has a good relationship with either a manager or member of staff, because Jack Wilshere right now is a member of the coaching team at Arsenal, is coaching the under-18s. So if Arsenal want Declan Rice and Wilshere has a good relationship with Rice, definitely we've got to exploit that, and it will be a very, very good move for us to beat Chelsea, for us to beat Man United, for us to beat Liverpool and all these other clubs, because Wilshere has a greater insight at what is happening at Arsenal, how things have changed, the new management, the new coaching, and if he knows what Declan Rice needs as a player, and they're friends as well. So if Declan goes, I want a club that can elevate me into a world-class player. I want a manager that will allow me have the freedom in midfield. And I also want a team that is playing in the UEFA Champions League. Well, Jack Wilshere could say, Arsenal is the team you're looking for, right? I don't know about other teams, but Arsenal is the team you are looking for. So I think this is a genius move. from Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Like, literally, it is manipulating relationships, and I like it. I really, really do. But I don't think, though, that Jack Wilshere is going to completely lure him to the Emirates Stadium. It's going to have a lot of work. We've been told that there is a lot of groundwork being done by Arsenal to get this deal done. So it's not going to be that quick. It's going to take time. Right? Arsenal will have to invest the time in. Arsenal will have to do a lot in terms of signing Declan Rice. But at least what we know, according to the Daily Mail, is that Jack Wilshere is playing a huge role in luring the player to the Emirates Stadium. Now, according to still the Daily Mail, they're saying that there might be a secret agreement, an informal agreement, and this is non-formal. This is not, official, because we cannot talk to Declan Rice. You know that, guys. He's still under contract with West Ham, and they're trying to stay up. It would be disrespectful for us to go in there and say, look, we want to sign you. Talk to us. Forget all about this fiasco that West Ham is in, surviving relegation and everything. It will be really, really bad and disrespectful. So Arsenal are talking to the agent of the player, and they are doing all this illegally, informally, and within unofficial boundaries. Okay, so they're saying that unofficially, Arsenal could have agreed secretly personal terms with Declan Rice. Now, we know that Arsenal are willing to offer him a contract up to 200,000 per week, okay? Now, this is almost very, very close to what West Ham were offering him. I think they were offering him around 180 to 200,000 per week for him to stay for another 7 years, 8 years. But he said, look, I don't want to do another Mark Noble. I don't want to do another, Hurricane. Be at a club for a very, very long time. You don't win trophies, win nothing. And in the end, you go down as one of the greatest players for the club or longest serving members for the club, but you've actually won nothing. So I might actually believe this, in my opinion. I will believe this. I think there might not be an agreement, but he knows what Arsenal are willing to offer. Like, right now at West Ham, maybe he's earning 100,000 per week. That is almost doubling what he will be earning at Arsenal come this summer. So I think this one is where it's not an agreement really, but it's a consensus. The personal terms are not going to be a problem. If you offer him 5 years, 200k per week, UEFA Champions League football as well, I don't think Declan Rice is stupid enough to turn down that. He's a great guy. Like, he's a smart player, okay? So there is that as well. There is also the fact that he's given a green light for Arsenal to sign him. There are a couple of clubs that are interested. Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, and a couple of other clubs, including Manchester City, that will be joining the journey. But we are being told that Declan Rice has given Arsenal the green light to go ahead and do whatever they can to sign him. That is in the summer. And the Champions League that we have is going to be a very, very key factor for him signing for us. Now, this is where I'm saying Jack Wilshere is not going to be the overall, guy. UEFA Champions League is going to be key. If Chelsea cannot offer him what we are offering in terms of UEFA Champions League, if they cannot offer him European football, if they cannot offer him a good project, a decent manager, in my opinion, he won't go there. Like, he won't sign for them. I won't be surprised if Tony Bolly goes, I'm giving you 300k per week, and I'm also going to, probably do all these crazy things or give you like 150 million as sign-on fee, because Chelsea have always done that. Roman Abramovich actually set the pace for Chelsea. Or literally what they do is they get money and throw it at players. That's all they do. They get money and throw it at players. But right about now, without UCL, it looks like Arsenal are way beyond Chelsea in terms of chasing Declan Rice. Now, in terms of competition, that's what I'm gonna say. I don't think Arsenal have beaten all the competition yet. Man United have a decent manager as well. They have a decent project as well. And there is a Harry Maguire who could be a friend to Declan Rice. I don't know. I don't know whether Maguire would tell Declan Rice, come and play for them. Because Declan is going to be like 100 million. Maguire is 80 million. He's going to tell him, if you cannot justify your price, you better go to a club like Arsenal. Don't go to a club like Man United. But I think Maguire would be doing the same role Jack Wilshere has done for Arsenal, confusing the player to join Manchester United. So the competition is going to be there, especially if Manchester City are serious about signing Declan. If they're serious about signing him, if they're going to go, we want him, we need him for Pep Guardiola, then the competition is going to be very, very high. But I still think Arsenal are in pole position to sign Declan. We have so many advantages that we can offer to his game. And he knows that. He comes into Arsenal, he's a starter. He comes into Arsenal, he's a leader. He comes into Arsenal, he's one of the senior players already in a very young side. He comes into Arsenal, he's already playing UCL. He comes into Arsenal, he's coming into a team that is ready to win. If Arsenal don't even win the Premier League this season, next season, we will be among the favorites, right? And we will be in the UEFA Champions League, and there is a high chance that, because there's so many clubs that have actually dropped off in terms of quality in Europe. Madrid are dropping off, Barca are dropping off, Bayern are dropping off, PSV are dropping off as well. If I were Arsenal, I'll try to win the UCL like next season. That's what we'll try to do. Win the UEFA Champions League next season. It might be too ambitious, but in my opinion, it's not a bad shout. It's actually not a very, very bad shout at all. So Declan, that is where we are standing. There was a debate yesterday on TalkSport that I really, really loved. Simon Jordan was reacting to Roy Keane, because Roy Keane said Declan Rice is not a good central midfielder. And he said, okay, probably not a good central midfielder, but he said that, he was trying to say that all the hype that you guys are giving him, world class and whatnot, he's not the guy. And of course, Roy Keane is a player who understands the midfield. Roy Keane is a player who's played as a central midfielder, as a defensive midfielder in the midfield, and he knows what he's talking about. But I kind of feel like it is lame for Roy Keane to say he's not having enough assists, he's not having enough goals. In a season where I feel like he's dropped off, in a team like West Ham, where I feel like Declan Rice has outgrown them. We can all agree. Declan has outgrown West Ham. He needs a new environment. He needs a bigger challenge. And for me, that bigger challenge should definitely be Arsenal. But talk to me in the comment box below what you think about that. And then we'll have the conversations still in more updates to come. Now, Arsenal have nominated 4 players for Player of the Month. All right, for Player of the Month, we've nominated 4 players for Player of the Month, and this is where it is very, very interesting, right? So these are the 4 nominees: Alexander Zinchenko, Gabriel Magalhaes, Jorginho, and Bukayo Saka. Those are the 4 players that have been, nominated as the best players in February. First and foremost, we're gonna have to agree, were these the best nominees to come up with from February? In my opinion, no. I think we should have had Leandro Trossard in there. I think we should have had Martin Odegaard in there. But we're gonna be diving into that. Okay, so I want you to go in the comment box and vote for one of these, and then tell me if you were to add one player on the nominees for Player of the Month for February for Arsenal in the Premier League, which one player would that be? Would it be Trossard, in your opinion, or would it be Gabriel Martinelli? Let me know in the comment box below. Right, so this is what Arsenal have actually put out. On Gabriel Magalhaes, they said, our Brazilian centre-back enjoyed a great month at the heart of our defense as he made 23 ball recoveries to consistently snuff out attacks. His month concluded with a well-deserved clean sheet in a rock-solid display against Leicester City, and he posted a 91% successful pass rate by finding a teammate on 287 occasions across his 5 appearances in the month. So that is Gabriel Magalhaes, okay? Look, to be honest, Gabriel has been a quality centre-back ever since the World Cup actually ended. And I'm one of the people who initially came out and said he's done better than William Saliba. He's been better, massively better than William Saliba. He's been so good. I've not seen a month where Gabriel Magalhaes has been that good. Of course, we always talk about him. He's error prone. He's mistake prone. He always, he will always give away the ball and all things like that. But in this month, it was a little bit different. We've got to agree to this. It was a little bit different. He was cautious. He was, his passing rate was 91% in 287 attempts. That was good. But one thing I loved about him here, is the ball recoveries. The rate at which he was winning the ball back for Arsenal, and also covering for William Saliba, who actually has not been that good. I don't think people actually realize, players always have a dip off. Players always have, a bad month, a bad week, or 2 bad months. And I'm not saying William Saliba, needs criticism. No, he doesn't need criticism. He's a top center back. But I think Gabriel Magalhaes has done a great job in terms of covering for him. He's really done well in terms of covering for him. So if Gabriel wins it, I don't think he will win it. But to be honest, I would give it to Gabriel Magalhaes. I would really give it to Gabriel Magalhaes because how many times are we going to see him nominated for Player of the Month? How many times are we going to see him, put in performances like that in a single month? I don't think there's so many times, okay? And to be nominated in a month where he actually made an absolute mistake in the Manchester City game, that actually shows you how good he was, right? If we had won more games, probably, and kept more clean sheets, I think Arsenal would have given it to him. But right now, I don't think he will win it. I don't think Gabriel Magalhaes will actually win it. Now, player number 2 is Jorginho, okay? Jorginho has also been nominated as Player of the Month contender to win the award. And according to the Arsenal website, the Italian starred during his first month at the club, following his move from Chelsea, with a key moment coming when his thunderous effort against Aston Villa cannoned off Emi Martinez to set us on the way to victory. His assured displays in the middle of the park saw a boost in passing accuracy of 84%, winning the ball back 24 times and creating 3 opportunities for his new teammates as well. So that is Jorginho. 23 times he created chances, 3 chances created, winning the ball back 24 times and a passing accuracy of 84%. I think with Jorginho, to be honest, it is the goal. It is the Aston Villa goal. And I don't expect him to win this award. I don't expect him to win Player of the Year at Arsenal in February. Sorry, Player of the Month at Arsenal in February. It would be unfair to all the other nominees, first and foremost. But it is also unfair to all the other players that have actually played well. Actually, we need to agree to this. Of the 2 signings, I think it has been Leandro Trossard who's done well. Because Trossard scored against Brentford. That was in February. He assisted Bukayo Saka. He assisted Martinelli in the Everton game. Was it in the Everton game? Oh, sorry, in the Leicester City game. Okay, and then he also assisted he assisted Odegaard in the Everton game. Okay, the Everton game is for March, right? I'll get that right. So Trossard, his impact in February, in my opinion, was far greater than that of Jorginho. To be honest, I think it's been the new signing that has got underway, caught fire, and caught the hearts of every Arsenal fan. We've got to agree to that. Apart from him, scoring and assisting, I also think that his displays are purely fantastic. They add something to Arsenal. They make us difficult. They make us more mobile. They make us unpredictable. And he has actually replaced Gabriel Jesus slowly but surely. When Gabi comes back, I think Gabi will start because Gabriel Jesus is one of those players that have a lot to offer as an Arsenal player. But it is a shame that Jorginho is on this list and Leandro Trossard isn't. But talking about Jorginho and giving him the credit that he deserves, I don't think there is a player who has replaced Thomas Partey the way he has done it. There is no player that has come into this Arsenal side and replaced Thomas Partey or covered for Thomas Partey the way Jorginho has done it. The experience, the leadership, and everything that he brings to this Arsenal side is purely marvelous. Okay, so I don't have a problem with him being here, but I don't think he will win it. Number 3 is Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is another player that has been on absolute fire throughout the month, scoring, assisting against Brentford, scoring against Aston Villa, scoring against did he score against Leicester? He didn't, but scored against Manchester City. Okay, so I think Saka can win it. Player of the month Player of the month February, he can win it, but the real winner is Alexander Zinchenko. He's the guy that should be winning this award, right? And the fact that Arsenal put him in there, that's good. That's really, really good. But I think he should be winning it. I think he should be winning that award. I'll see you in the next one.